Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Okay, so good evening, everybody. Is there any team who's supposed to present today? Or should we proceed with the session? Yeah.
Vaishali Computers?
Because Vaishali Computer Bellary has done something, Hubli has done, SSC Haveri has done, and VVS Shahpura has done. Any other?
Diksha from Srishti Computer. Diksha?
Srishti Infotech. If you are ready, you can go ahead.
Madam Srishti Infotech, they are going to present.
Okay. Is there any other team apart from that? Because 4 teams have presented: Vaishali, Hubli, SSC, Haveri, and VVS Sahapura.
We'll see, madam. Students are joining. I'll ask them.
Okay, fine.
the skills I bring in onto the table, and whether those skills are required.
Okay, can we start?
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. So, I'm Vashni from System for Colabra. We are going to present virtual machine using AWS, and this is the first step. So, using the AWS website, we must sign into the sign in. This is the first step. We have to sign in. And next step is like select root user, and we have to enter the email address. So using credit card password, and we have to enter this email address. So next step is that we have to enter the password, and through that we would sign in. And next we have to go is that EC2, where after logging in, we will get this console home website, not page. So through this we have to click on EC2. So next is when we click on this what we call that link, we will go to next slide. Is that click on launch instance select. We have to click on this launch instance. After clicking on that, we have to enter over here launch instance, and we have to, before that we have to select regions. Here we will getting a lot of regions list. So we have taken this Hyderabad site region for creating an instance. Here we have to enter our instance name. We have added just dummy name of here. After that we have to select this Windows OS. Select the Windows OS. We have selected this Windows OS. Next step is that after clicking on this, we have to select the free trial eligible. This one. We have selected Windows Server 2002 base. So we will be getting many more options under this. We have selected this one instead of the others. We have selected this latest version. So next step is that instance type. We will be getting many more options like this, like 3T nano and T2 micro. We have selected this T3 micro. And next we have to select this new key pair. If we have already created one existing key pair, we can select in this by selecting here. And or else if we don't have any key pair, we can create over here. I will show that what happens when new key pair is used. So here we have to enter key pair name. And keypad file format, we have selected PEM here. You can see here. So this is. And next is we have to create this keypad. Next is create new security groups. So clicking on here, when we click on this create new keypad, next step is we have to create a new security group. By clicking on this, we have to select these three options. It would be only selected this first option, but we have to select these both two options also. So next step is configure the storage. We have to, this will be taken as a default. It's nothing but just clicking on that. That's all. See, we have taken this. I have said that here we have to it will be taken as a default, but we can also select other options also. We have selected this SSD GP2. So next step is number of instance we must add. Just we have taken just one instance only. We can also take two or three options also. So after that, we have to click on this launch instance so that instance will be created. After creating this launch instance, so this will be occurred here successfully. This will be shown in this instance, and after that, we will be getting on instance ID. This. So I have created this dummy name. No? So this is the instance ID. On clicking on that, we have to connect. We have to click on this. So after when we click on this link, so this will be this page will be displayed. So on that we have to select connect. Next is RDB client. So on pressing on this, we have to select this connect using RDB client. So next step is we have to download this desktop file so that what keypad we selected. So this will be downloaded on this. And after that, we will be getting this password. We have to click on this get password and upload that private key file. What we have downloaded in that keypad, no, that will be uploaded in this. We have to upload this. And next step is when we upload on this key file format will be displayed here. What are the contents and all displayed in this? This will be shown in this. We don't know what is the language or written here, so we have to describe this password, and we must copy that password. So this is our password that has displayed like this in this contents. So we can't understand that, no. So this will be transferred. This will be descripted in this. Next step is so go to downloads in desktop file. Not desktop, in downloads we will be getting that downloaded file. This is our downloaded file keypad, and clicking on that we have to this will be displayed. So we have to connect to this and paste that password. What you have copied over here, no? This you have to paste here, illustrated, and press on OK. That's all. And next is yes, this page will be displayed. This pop-up window will be opened. After this, we have to click on OK. Then virtual machine window will be created. This is what we have created. Virtual machine. Thank you. Thank you.
So are you going to just show me the screenshot, or are you going to do it really in the software in the?
Okay, ma'am, I can show that also.
Okay.
Just a minute.
So what are we seeing right here?
So we are going through this AWS website. Clicking on this EC2. You have to select the region here. Just like before, we have selected using Hyderabad region. You have to press on this launch instance. So we have to give a name. So next is we have to select your Windows. So this is the free trial eligible. We have selected this one. So next is instance type. So we can also select any of these, but we have selected this. This will be easier. So next is we have to give a keypad name. These are the what already created existing keypads name, but let's create a new keypad. So you have to select this keypad type. And next is key file format. So I have created this keypad so that it can be here. So next is launch instance. So not sorry. Before that, we have to select this one. Create a security group. We have to select this code. So even this we can also select, but we are using this now. So the next is we have to launch the instance. Here we can add 2 or more instances also, but that's enough for this. So launch instance. So it is created successfully. So here instance we have to press on this instance. So these are the existing all instance types. Here we can see that. So this is the ID. Pause. Next is connect. So clicking on this RDB client, next we have to download this. And we have to press on this and upload that file what we have downloaded. No? So this would be this. So this would be like in these formats. You can't understand what it has written. So you have to keep this password. And next is, so this is the password. You have to copy this. You have to open this file. So you have to connect. You have to paste this and just open. Yes. So this is our virtual window. You can see. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And what about the static website that you have not shown? No, only instance you have launched.
Yeah, ma'am, that will be done by other teams.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
From Srishti Infotech, Group 1. Am I audible, ma'am? Hello?
Yes, you are. I can hear you.
Okay, ma'am. The topic that our group has got is hosting the static web pages in AWS EC2 instance with the help of GitHub.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'll be explaining how to do it. So I'll be sharing my screen. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes. No, it's showing Zoom. It's
Yeah.
visible, but it's
Okay.
not in the AWS.
Okay, ma'am. First, I will show how to put the files into the GitHub repository that I have. First, to have a GitHub repository, I need to create. We need to create our GitHub account and log into that account. And after having that, our account will create now new repository. So here we'll give the repository name. Now I'll choose a repository name as AWS HTML for now. And the description is optional. If I want, I can write. I'll keep it public only. And here I will create a repository. So the repository named AWS HTML is created. So what I can do now is using this git command, I can push the code from my local system to this repository. But what I'll be doing is instead of using git, I'll be using direct upload file here. So I'll click on this link and here I will select choose your files. And here directly I will go going to the source code where my HTML is there. So this is the source code. So what I'll be doing is putting the upload. I'll be uploading this all HTML files into the repository. So my all HTML files are being uploaded to the repository now. So once everything is uploaded here, we should give commit changes so that it gets saved in our repository. So now in the AWS HTML repository, we are having our HTML files. So this part will keep it here itself. And now we'll go to the AWS EC2 instance where we'll create an instance. From dashboard, I'll come. So AWS, we have to sign in to AWS and create an EC2 instance over there. So here down, I'll give launch instance. Launch instance. Now here, what I have to give is my server web server name where I'll name, which I will be giving as group 1 Srishti So I have given the name, and scrolling down, I'll select Linux, and here I'll select to AMI. Okay. The architecture is also here, description, and here T3 micro, it specifies what CPU and what OS I'll be needing, like which kind of version. Now here it comes the key pair. We can create a new pair or select the key pair that we have already created. But for now, I'll create a new key pair. I'll be giving a new key pair. Okay. So it will be in PEM format. Now I'll give create key pair. So here we can see that our key pair .pem file has been downloaded. So coming below here, we can either for security groups for firewall purposes, we can select either create security group or select an existing security group. While creating the security group, we have to make sure that all these checkboxes are ticked so that our web page gets requests from all SSH, HTTPS, and HTTP protocols. And here addresses is anywhere 000. It means that anybody can access my web page. So for the sake being, if you create this and give a launch, but what I'll be doing is I already have created a security group, so I'll be selecting from that. So I'll be selecting any one of the security groups that I have created. And coming down, this is configuration storage, like what how much GBI and all. For just hosting my web page, I don't need much of configuration now here. So after this all customization, I will launch my instance over here. So successfully my instance has been launched, and down here I'll go to view all instances. So group 1 history, group 1 history. Okay, it's running here. So our instance has been successfully running. So now on instance ID, I will click on this link. So in here link, there's an option called connect. Clicking that connect, I'll go to a SSH client. So here I'll get an code which I will be which I should run in my command prompt. So I'll copy that command and go to the command prompt. Go to the location in my file explorer where I have installed that PEM file. It's presently in my downloads. So new pair.pem. So what I'll be doing is going to this here up to the browse option, and I'll give here CMD. So what happens is on that location, my command prompt is being opened. So in this location, I need to paste my command. So one thing that we need to change here is ma'am, may I know on which screen I am presently on? Is it showing the command prompt, or is it still on the browser? Hello?
Yeah, it's there on the AWS command prompt.
Still on the AWS?
Yes.
Um,
It's not gone to command prompt now. You are on the command copied prompt, AWS screen.
okay, ma'am. Okay. So after copying this command, I need to go to the file explorer, where here is my PEM file. Okay, coming to the download. So here is my PEM file. So what I'll be doing is I'll be typing here CMD. So what happens is my command prompt will be opened at that location. So my .pem file, that key pair is download in my download. So the command prompt is opened to that location now. So I will paste the command that I have copied from AWS. So what changes I need to do here is, instead of that root user, I should need to type here EC2 user and give enter. It's taking time.
Okay.
So I'm getting a timeout error here. Let's see. Elevated. So I guess there might be some.
You're launching the static page, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like
It's
the security group that I have selected might be having a problem. Huh? Security groups. So the problem here is that our there's no port number like 22 here. So TCP port 22. So what I'll need to be doing is add a rule for that. So here I'll be custom TCP. It would be 22 here for anyone. So here I'll save rules. The rule has been saved. Now we'll try again. Okay, it has now taken our request. So here it's asking for yes or no. Okay, press yes. So now we are the
what happened?
am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll share the screen again. It was a network issue here. Sorry. Mm. Okay, ma'am. The screen is visible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So the command here that I'll be typing is sudo su. Okay. Actually, due to network issue, I also lost the connection to my instance. Okay, I log in back. So now I'll give here sudo su. So what this command will do is it will give me all the privileges of user, and next I'll do is yum update minus y. What this command will do is it will update my Linux system to the latest version, like whichever the AWS Linux that I have chosen. If it's in older version, it will update that. So next I'll need to install the Apache server in this. So for hosting, so I'll be doing yum update. So not update. Yum install httpd minus y. So my Apache server is getting configured here. So next, to start my web server, what I'll need to do is service httpd start. So my web server, Apache web server, will be starting now. So next, what I need to do is install check config. Check config httpd on. So check config command not found. Okay. CHK, it's shortcut is there. Check config httpd on. Okay. Okay, now I have set my Linux system to host a web server. Now what I need to do is I need to bring all the GitHub files and back to this Linux virtual system. So for that I need to install Git. To install Git, I need to install yum install git minus y. So Git is being installed. So after installing the Git, I need to do migrate to HTML or whatever HTML files that I will be putting in my Linux server. To host that website through a server, I need to go to a particular location, and that particular location is HTML folder. So to go there, I will be writing cd cd/var/www/html. So what we'll be doing presently, I'm on EC2 user path, and what it will do is it will take me inside where, and inside where it will go inside www, and inside www it will go to HTML folder. So here we can see that we are currently in the HTML file. Now I will give list here. So we can see that there's no files of folder. So to bring all my GitHub files to this location, what I'll need to do is I need to clone. So to clone that, I will be probably going to this repository of mine. So here on code, I will get a HTTPS command. I'll copy that and I'll come back to my command prompt, And to bring that all files here, I need to use git clone and paste that command that I brought from there. And after pressing enter, my all files are in this particular path, HTML path. I'll give ls. So AWS HTML folder is being created here. So to go inside that AWS HTML folder, I'll give cd AWS underscore HTML. So I'm giving this command again to see the files of AWS HTML. So now here we can see that we are having all the HTML files that we are needed about contact CSS, history, index, login HTML, register HTML, all the files are here. So what is happening is, actually I don't want this all files inside the AWS HTML folder. So I need this all files in the HTML folder. So I need to move these all files back to the HTML folder so that it can be hosted, because hosting takes place on this HTML folder itself, not on this AWS underscore HTML folder. So I need to take these files and put it behind it. We put it in HTML file. So for doing that, I will be using MV. MV means move, star means select all the files, and dot dot. Double dot means putting it to the previous location. So giving this, I'll give ls on the same path. We can see that there's no file, and coming back to the HTML folder with the cd dot dot. I'm currently on this HTML folder now. Giving ls, I can see all the files here. So at presently, we have successfully brought all the files from GitHub to this Linux virtual machines HTML folder, in this HTML folder. So by now our HTML should be posted. So one thing we have to make sure is that we should be having an index.html file. So the hosting first page or the home page always starts from the index.html file automatically. The system would automatically select this particular file naming index, and it will host the front page. So putting this in location, we'll go back to our AWS instance. So in this instance, I'll come back, go to my instance. It's group 1 history running. Okay. In this instance, coming to this instance, I will click on this open address. What we'll do is it will open this public IP4 address on my browser. So at that page, I want my web page to be hosted. It is not showing me because we are on HTTPS, a secured protocol. So for having a secured protocol, we need to have the SSL certificate. Presently, we don't need that. So I'll be removing this yes from HTTP, because HTTPS is paid and we are using a free tier. So after giving this command, our web page is successfully hosted. So yes, ma'am, this our web hosted using GitHub. Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice. Very good. Any other team is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
So, good morning, ma'am. My name is Aditya, and I'm from Session Fredek Kundapur. So today we are creating a static web page using EC2. So for the for the first master, we have to create an instance. So in the instance, we have to select the instance, and we have to create a launch instance. But I already created my instance. So directly I open that. So this is my created Linux instance. So after doing this, just go for connect, and here we'll get a link to connect my Linux virtual machine. So copy this, and coming to the file which contains the PVM document, which contains the security key for login. So after click here CMD, it will directly take into the command prompt. Here we need to paste our code and change user root into EC2 user. So it will ask for after some time it will ask for a confirmation, and after giving yes, it will connect to our virtual machine. So after that, my teammate one said all the steps we have to follow: sudo su m update y, and install http -y, and after that we need to uh, we need to run our server. For that server http start. So after that it will start running. After that we need to create a folder, so that we have this code cd. So it will create three files, three folders, var and ww and html, three files. Now it is in the HTML folder. So after that, we need to create an HTML page. For that, I'm using a V editor. So here, wait, ma'am. My screen is visible. So after with the help of VI editor, we need to create a HTML file. So I give VI space index.html. This is our file name. After clicking enter, it will directly take into the VI editor. So here, if we want to write anything, before we have to write a I, else it will not allow to create anything there. So after that, I am pasting my code. So after this, copying everything, we need to escape. We need to click escape, else it will not come out of it. After escape, we need to select colon and WQ. WQ for the purpose of save and exit from the V editor. After that, we need to hit enter. After that, it will directly take into to the command prompt. So there we have, if you want to check that, we have to give cat. So it will give all the code which I written in the HTML page. After that, we have to come back to the our instance. So in there is a called IPv4 address, open address. So here it will be HTTPS. So after removing S, and our page is visible. That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Very nicely done. Any other team is there? Or these are the only teams?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There is a team.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Start.
Good evening, ma'am. I am Sinchana from Sasti Infotech Kundapura. My teammates is Innovisionary from Group 2. Today we are going to launch static page load balancer. So let us start. Unauthorized. Ma'am, can you give me some time? So my system is not logging in.
Okay, no issues. Take.
Other teammate.
Next team present ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Share the screen.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Can I?
Get present. Yeah, you are audible.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Rachana from System Protect. Our team number is 6, and we are now creating a EC2 instance on AWS with the Linux operating system. For this, we have to sign into the console.
Uh, as we are creating EC2 instance, first we are selecting a region. For me, I am selecting the region Hyderabad, and then click on EC2. And go to launch instance, then click on launch instance. Then in here we have a launch instance page. In this we have to give a name for this instance. For this we are give name, and then we have, as we are creating on Linux, click on Amazon Linux AWS, and then click on Amazon machine 2 AMI, and then instance type is already to t3.micro. It's as free tier eligible, so select on t3.micro. And the key pair for this create new key pair. If we have key pair, we can select this in here. Now I am creating a new key pair. And the key pair type is RSA, and the file format is .pem, and click on create key pair. And then network setting. Then if we can also create a security group, or we can select existing security group. As I have already created a security group, I will be selecting select existing security group. And then configure storage. Then GB, that's select SSD GP2. And then in here number of instances. For now we will need only one instances, and click on launch instance. And successfully we have created a instance. And then click on instance and select the instance name what we have created now, and click on connect. In this SSH client, click copy this example, and then go to File Explorer. In the File Explorer, go to Downloads. And screen share. New shape. New shape. In File Explorer, click on Downloads, and then our key pair is already here, and then type cmd command, and click enter. And here paste the content what you have copied, and then replace the root with EC2 minus user is click on copy the content, and then replace the root EC2 minus user, then enter. And click right S. Yeah, now we have created a instance on a Linux using AWS. Thank you, ma'am. We have created.
Okay. This was a load balancer example. You didn't see any load balancer.
Load balancer will be explained by other teammate.
Okay.
And we have created a document for this EC2. If in case we can't able to make the instance.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Very nice.
Hello, ma'am. I'm whether I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
So, we are going to launch a static page behind load balancer. So we have to create instances first. First, we have to select a region. Because of heavy traffic, we select Hyderabad region. So giving name to a launch instance. We have to select Linux. Then we have to select Amazon Linux to AMI. So key pair, we have to create a new key pair. So here it is. So we have to select traffic from select existing group. So we have to select here wizard, which we previously logged into it. It here. In advanced details, we have to mention user data here to jump. So we have copied it in Notepad. This is why, because when this command works when instance is launched, so from one index.html file to another, it will refresh when we refresh the web page. So we have to create two instances. So I select here two, then I'll launch the instance. So here successfully instance is launched. So to instance. So I given my load balancer, so I have to select it. Sorry, first we have to give create load balancer. So here we select application load balancer and just click on create, and we can give a balancer names. My loader, and here we have to select these mappings. So here I have to select which wizard I previously choose. So launch wizard 14 it is. Where it is. So so here it is, I have selected. And create load balancer. So I have not selected. First I have to create target group here. So in that we have to mention target group name. I can give target port. So I have given target port name here. Next. So go to the previous slide here, load balancer, and you have to select. Before select, we have to refresh the page. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. Here I select load balancer, and here port 80 include as pending below. So by default HTTP portal is 80, so we have selected, and here we created two. ಇದಾ ಎಂತ piece? So create target. So target group is created. Then refresh the slide. Target portal. Here you can see we added it. And so then finally we have to create load balancer. So we have created load balancers, just view it. Copy a DNS name, run it on. Not hang. ಎಂತ ಮಾಡುದು? So we have just pasted DNS name here. So here this connection is not secure because of that port twice. So I give here continue to site, and here we launch it. So even when I give a refresh, will change to other one. That's all, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Good. Any other team is there? Mr. Input?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Select one. Tune ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Ma'am, my name is Sumant. I am from Sashti Kundapura. My teammates are Amrata and Simsana. Today we are going to do is creating the S3 bucket and hosting a static website on S3 bucket using S3 bucket. So to that, firstly we should log in into the AWS console. There we can see S3 bucket. We should click on it. After that, we can see create bucket button. Here we can name our bucket as Srishti. Srishti info. Then click on ACLS enabled. Then uncheck block or public access. So that a public user can access our the website. We can see here one what pausing message. So we should allow it. Then click on create bucket.
हो गया उसका?
So successfully our bucket is created. Then click on 60 info. Here we can upload our website HTML pages and CSS pages. Here we can select error.html, text.html and style.css. Click on open and then click upload. So our files are uploaded successfully. Then we can configure some settings. So to that, click on index.html. Here we can see our object URL. Before that, we should go 60 info bucket and click on properties. At the end of the page, we can see static website hosting. Here we should edit something and enable it. Just type index.html and error.html. Then click on save changes. So it is successfully edited. Then go to the objects, select all the objects and click on actions and click on make public using ACL. Click on make public. So the public
access. Hello. Then we should go to the first info bucket. Then go to this index.html page. So here we can copy the URL. Then click on new tab. Here we can paste our URL. So our website is hosting. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Very nice. Very nicely done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So Shrishti Infotech is done. Any other team is there who wants to do? No? Okay. Okay, so we have everybody. I have around 5 teams who have done. I will send the report today to, and so we because now it is around 6:16. So I was thinking that I will be doing a session on AI in security, which is going to cover the people who are in cyber security, because for a long time they have not done it. And the second one is that I want to, also the people who are doing AI. And these are the kind of session which I'm going to do. AI and cyber in security will not be so technical in nature. And also I'm going to include the AWS cybersecurity feature also into that. But today I'm not going to touch upon that because that session takes around 2 hours. Before going further, I will also like to tell you that I have already sent a particular file to Harinakshi ma'am, and that particular file is on a project. As I told you, students, that whatever project, see today, whatever you have done is not a project, it is just a demo. Okay, just a minute. Huh? Sorry. So what has happened is that so the project which I have given to you, so today this assignment which you have shown is just a demo of what you have learned, and I've seen that your trainers have trained you very well. You have grasped the context of AWS very well. What last time, if you remember, we did a session on chatbots, and that will be a project. Okay, and that project is something which you will be creating either using. So I will just take you through that. After that, I will also do one particular case study which is in a big news today in the everywhere in the media, and we're going to, that is about the cyber security and AI. So we're going to do that for today's session, and the next session we will be looking at the project again. So let me show you, take you through that. Just give me a few seconds. मम्मी सरित को बोलिए कि उसको निकाल दे कुत्ते को, आप निकाल दीजिए कुत्ते को, छोड़ दीजिए मम्मी, वो जब दरवाजा काट देगी. Sorry. Sorry. So let me take you through the project first and explain you the project. And this project basically will, you can even put in your resume that you have done this, and you can keep it in the GitHub repository and show. So, and you can go advanced actually. I'm not giving you a very advanced one, but you can go ahead and create an advanced version of that. So just give me a few seconds. Not this one. Okay, fine. Now you can see a screen here. So in the screen, you can see that there's a project. This has been sent to you. So what I've done is it has been divided into two parts. One is the for cybersecurity students. So for cybersecurity students, because they will not be so interested in doing a project which is related to AI, and that will not even help them also. So I have given them some projects. If they want, they can take up some other project also. I'm just suggesting few things which they can take up at by the end of this particular course. But I want to see this project on 3rd June. Okay, and 3rd June is a Saturday, and I have kept it because you don't require much of time if you have a concept grasping. Because I already see that you people have already learned. So if you see here cybersecurity, you have text encryption using cryptographic algorithm. Just a minute. A cryptographic algorithm. So cybersecurity, there is a helping site for help. You can just go to this particular site and you can find the project detail and also certain things. You can see that. So your outcome will be in form of an app. And the app will basically, and the detail of the project, you can go here and you can check. For example, if I go to this site, you can see here, you can take any one of this. If you want, you say that, no, I don't want that. You can take any one. Text encryption using cryptographic algorithm. So keylogger software, if you want, you can do that. And for any, for sample source code, you can go to the GitHub. So this is a very nice site which I have given to you. All sample source code are there in the GitHub. So these cybersecurity project is really good if you really feel that you have to, create a strong resume. In that case, you people have to go ahead and okay. So you have to mention. So basically, what happens is here. I'm going to also take you through the certain things which is necessary, because what happens is, since that when you go and you want to go for an interview in a big company, they are very impressed if you have done any kind of a project to showcase your talent. See, so this is one thing which I want to do. So there are 2, 3 things. You can go to this particular site for help. The outcome will be in the form of an app which you can show. And then you can also, for the people who are taking the course on AI, web development, and US students. Yes.
The screen is not visible. Your share screen.
Okay, fine. Just a minute. Screen is not visible. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
So, students, it's better that you do some project. You can go to this particular site, as I already was telling you, and you can choose any of it. I'm just giving you few sample, and the source code for your help is also present in the GitHub. Try to make something little unique. You know, these are already made project, but then if you want, you can go ahead and you can do a little bit more. Like how I like the Shushti Infotech has done today. They have not only given a demo, but they also have a PPT to present. So when always understand when you are presenting a particular app or something, if you give a demo, and before that, if you explain the process of making it, it will have a advantage and it will enhance your presentation. Okay, so that is one thing. And always remember that whatever you are doing, whatever project you are doing, there should be an outcome. Okay, if it is really a unique outcome, it can go for a patent. And believe me, I can help you, for patenting or for publication and all those kinds. So I have just got 2 patents. One patent is published. One patent is on network security application, which I'm doing with some engineering, professors. And the design is also approved. Within 3 months, we will get a grant. So if you have a patent in your name, even if it is in a publication stage also, it will give you an added advantage and add to your profile. And there will be a better chances of getting a better job. Now, for the students who are doing AI or web development or AWS, you have to create chatbots, which I told you in the last session. For people who are doing AI or machine or Python, they can just go to this particular site, GitHub, and you can create, chatbot of any kind, which I have explained you last time that chatbot should be for specific purpose. You can have a chatbot for food, you can have a chatbot for bank, whatever purpose. Just don't create or copy the source code directly from there. You can just create something like, for example, a chatbot which can sing song or something like that, entertainment chatbox or chatbot. For people who have taken the students who have taken web development as a course, can create the basic chatbot using HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. And for them also, the help is given in the site, which I have sent. And also the people who are doing the cloud computing or AWS, they can create a chatbot using Amazon Lex. Little bit of demo I gave you on last session. So you can use Amazon Lex, which will be very easy for you. So in a way, all are covered, except I think ERP. So I want this project to be done by 3rd of June. 3rd June, I want the presentation from 11 to 1. I have a session. And even if it is not fully completed, at least put an effort so that we can together go ahead and we can do I can give you a feedback at least. And I can tell you. And even if you have done it, you can send me also. I will give a drive link to you or to Harinakshi ma'am, where I will take this project to my industry contact. And if they really like it, maybe there can be a chance that they may call you, and they are all people from big IT companies head. Okay. And if they like it, maybe they can say that it is really too good, very impressive. They may call you for interview also. Okay. So those kinds of help I'm ready to give you. So I'm ready to give you 3 kind of help. Either if you want to do a publication in the form that you have you are doing some kind of a research on a very unique technology, and it is in the stage of research, then in that case, you can go for publication. And if you have done already a research and you are ready with your all entire content, you are ready to implement it, then we can go for patenting. And that process also, if you want, I can help you with that. And the third very important part is the project, which can be distributed and shared. In my networking, I will share those projects, and maybe it can help you further for getting good contacts, getting good jobs and all. So my dear students, please make sure that you end up any course with some project. The project centric learning is what industry is looking for today. The industry doesn't want a person who have the knowledge, who can give you a demo, because like how I'm not just criticizing you people, or I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just saying that whatever you are learning, but in case if you are able to implement that in the form of a unique app or a unique idea, then only you are different from others and you have a better chance or better opportunity in the world of business, because it's very competitive. So you need to be a little different. You need to have something unique in you. And that comes only when you can showcase. You put up in your resume that I know AWS. I know Python. I have done this and this. These courses, these are my qualification, these are my experience. But what create difference in your resume and the thousands of other people who have also applied for the same job is the project. That, okay, fine, this is the project I have done. This project can land up, maybe if your project is so good and if you have patented the idea, maybe you can go up for startup and you can start a company. Today there's so many companies, so many sites are there, and there are so many schemes from the central government and state government, especially for women, where getting a 10 lakh rupees from a government for a woman for a startup is very, very easy. Let me see the last session in the month of June. I will focus on a certain aspect on how do you, take help of the government schemes which are available for entrepreneurship, for startup, and also I will show you certain companies that how, like companies like IBM, Infosys, or even the TCS, they even Google also, they basically invite students or invite even the professionals to come up with a better idea on certain things. And that particular idea, if they like your idea, they fund your idea. Sometime you land up a job in Google or Infosys or any of these companies, and you have, or if you don't want to do this, you can become a gig worker and be a freelancer and earn from those things. So the gig worker is a new thing which is evolving even in India, where IT professionals are not looking for 9 to 5 jobs. They are looking for multiple companies, multiple projects. So you take up a project, earn money through that. And people are making huge amount of money. I know in my daughter's circle who are all software engineers, they are the people who say that we don't want this kind of a job. We don't want to bind ourselves to a company. We want to do project with a company and earn in lakhs. So these are also the opportunities which are there. So today what I'm going to do, because we have very less time, so I'm going to talk about something which is very interesting and which will be very useful for all people who are doing any kind of courses. It is related to cybersecurity. It is related to AI. It is also can be related to cloud computing. So it is basically for IT people or non-IT people. So for business, you are not supposed to know, or as an employee, you're not supposed to only know the technology, the IT part of it. You also should be well versed with what is happening around you, what is happening around the world, right? Otherwise, you will say that, oh, my job is just doing a coding. I am not bothered about what is happening in country or what is happening in companies. So this is very important that you remain in touch with the companies and you know what is happening in the companies. So let me take you to a site. Can you see the site? It's a CNN site. Can anybody tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we're going to talk about something which I sometime discussed, which is about deep fake. So last week, there was a huge hue and cry in media where everybody started talking about how in Pentagon, which is the US, Prime Minister office and the Defense Office is situated. That's a very, very important official building where all important US official, head offices are there. In Pentagon, which is considered as one of the most secure and security oriented office, there is that in that particular office there was a video which is released, and that video has told something and which has created huge havoc in the world. Every news channel was showing that. Later on, it was found that when the Pentagon claimed that this video is not real, they are not the people who have released this video. And because of this particular thing, what has happened, the company involved in those videos, which is opposed, their share market price dropped. Similar thing happened with the Tesla also. When Elon Musk, one of the video came and became viral on Twitter and the other social handles, where Elon Musk was showing smoking a joint in the public in a press conference. And immediately after that, video became viral. The share price and the stock price dropped for Tesla. And later on, it was found that these are the videos which are deep fake videos which were created using AI. So AI is at a one place is really doing wonders for us. But at the same time, there are certain things which are misused. And so we are going to talk about this. So this is the news which I was talking about. When we say that the word, normally our elders used to always tell us that, seeing is believing. So somebody comes and tell you something, what, this is what it is. And you said, have you seen? Yes, I have seen. So always seeing is believing. Even in the law of the land, sorry. In the court also, the person says, I am an eyewitness. That means I have seen this. So now seeing is believing or not, that also is going, under a doubt that should we say this any further? So when seeing is no longer believing, that particular situation has come out now because of the progress in AI in different direction. So this direction is about, so you can see these are all deep fake videos. Okay. So inside the Pentagon, as I told you already, race against a deep fake video. So I'm just going to take you through this very nice, article which I was discussing in one of my class recently. I think on Monday I was not Monday, Tuesday I was discussing. Monday these news came. And this is a very interesting thing which you people also should know, because if you are working with technology, what are the other things in the technology and how to deal, like especially with the students of the cybersecurity need to know how to deal with these kinds of situations, how to come out with solution for these kinds of new challenges which are thrown by the technology. So you can see the deep fake videos where the person appeared to say something, and so in the Pentagon video, it has come out as a declaring a war, and everybody was panicking and everybody was saying, I will show you that video also. So what is a deep fake video? It is explained in this. I'm just going to show you
The actor
this.
and comedian Jordan Peele impersonating the former president mixed with old Obama that was manipulated to match Peele's words. This is an example of what's known as
Sorry,
We are not able to see your video, ma'am.
you're not able to see?
Your video, ma'am. Your deep fake video and this Pentagon video, we are not able to see. We are just seeing the previous screen of cybersecurity, APT, text encryption, keylogger software, image encryption, those kind of screens.
No, the screen which is
It's
shown
a
is
growing
saying
trend
what
that's
is deep
sweeping the
fake.
internet. The technology can be used for some harmless fun, such as editing.
Okay, I will just try to share it again. Just give me a few seconds. Just give me a few seconds. Can you see now?
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. So I was just showing you, but before I went to the Pentagon thing, let us see that how this is also a deep fake video, which I can show you now. And just
The
let's go
nation,
through this.
that's not. It's
Can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
that might look like President Obama addressing the nation, but it's not. It's actually actor and comedian Jordan Peele impersonating the former president mixed with old video of Obama that was manipulated to match Peele's words. This is an example of what's known as a deepfake. It's a growing trend that's sweeping the internet. The technology can be used for some harmless fun, such as editing actor Nicolas Cage into movies he's never even starred in.
My world.
Here it's an S.
Yes, this is actually a thing. The technology can even be used to make people with no rhythm look like they can dance. But deepfake technology also has a dark side. Both private citizens and celebrities have seen their faces put without their permission onto existing pornographic videos, posing a new challenge for privacy issues. Appearing to say or do something one never did can also have political ramifications.
President Trump is a total and complete dipper. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
It's easy to imagine how this can begin to cause problems. Now, the US government has taken notice, and they've given CNN an inside look at a program they're sponsoring to get ahead of deepfakes.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
That might look like President Obama addressing the nation, but it's not. It's actually actor and comedian Jordan Peele.
Okay. So, like for example, if you see here, that if you can spot a deep fake here. So now, so manipulating video is something which was done actually in movies, right? You are creating some kind of a manipulation. You take a video footage, like for example, even in a Bollywood movies also, or in any kind of a regional movies also, you might have seen that they may take a old footage and they may try to put some kind of a some kind of a tools to modify or to manipulate something over there. So those are something which were done. But today what is happening is that
sort of it's a fairly
just a minute. What is happening is basically AI now can go ahead and create these kinds of deepfake video. So how these are created, let us first understand that.
For a relatively simple idea. We have had the ability to create fake images, fake audio. It's a fairly generic term for a relatively simple idea. We have had the ability to create fake images, fake audio, fake video for a long time. What the general area of deepfake, or what I would call AI synthesized fakes, allows you to do is to have computers do the hard work of what humans used to do. The term deep is coming from what is called a deep neural network that is doing all of the hard work of synthesizing this fake content. So instead of somebody sitting in Photoshop and manually working on every single frame, you have trained a computer to do that process. So you tell the neural network, I'm going to give you an image.
So initially what used to happen that using a Photoshop tool or any of the photo editor tool, you can just create or manipulate somebody's face on somebody's body. But that was an extent you can, do it. But today you don't require to do manually that job because AI can create a deep fake video of somebody. So you can see that.
I'm going to give you a face and please learn how to superimpose this face onto that image. And the network literally learns the way you and I learn, but it learns computationally how to do this manipulation. So it is the classic automation story. What is new, and I think what is dangerous in some ways, is the democratization. So with automation comes the ability of lots more people to be able to create very compelling fakes. And that is a threat in sort of, the misinformation landscape that we're living in today.
So these deepfake technology is basically now the government has started looking into it because see, we had so many laws which are made, so many kind of IT Act and regulation. Like in India, we have IT Act 2000, and which is very weakest among all the country, which basically give more security towards the financial transaction on the IT world. And there are various other things. European IT Act is much more better than Indian. So we're not going to discuss on that. but there are certain kind of a universal act like COPA or any other things which are there, which basically take care of, which gives a kind of a standardization in terms of regulating certain things on internet. So the US government has started now after this Pentagon, particular kind of a episode which has happened recently, and which has created a huge kind of a hue and cry in the media, and a lot of damage has been already done because of that deep fake. And though they have come back and told that it's a deep fake video, but then people normally will say that, okay, there is a way that, possibility that they might have done it now in order to control the damage they're doing it. So Pentagon also has one of the biggest, research company in the world, which is called DARPA. Okay. And the DARPA is basically also trying to find out that how to create and how to detect these deep fake video. So creating a deep fake video using AI is AI people specialization. But dealing with this and understanding and recognizing these deep fake video in the media industry will be the cybersecurity people job now. So how to spot the deep fake video, right? So certain university, like for example, University of Colorado in Denver, they are also working in along with the DARPA in Pentagon to understand first how these deep fake videos are created, and then come out with a technical solution to detect whether the video is fake or real. Okay. So how these are made, first you have to
So
understand
what are we
that.
seeing right here? I mean, to me, this looks like a real guy. Is this what this guy looks like? He's one of your colleagues?
This is actually my face swapped onto his face. So this is a deep fake of me and my student Reed.
I mean, he's speaking here. Is that your voice or is his voice?
This is his voice. Take a video of a person and video of another person, train data against those videos. In this case, a video of Reed is the destination, and I've swapped my face onto Reed's head. So everything else is the same. It's Reed's voice, it's Reed's body, it's Reed's head, but it's my face. What has changed between these two videos is a square area that goes from the eyebrows to just below the mouth.
So this is a deep fake.
This is a deep fake. In the future, maybe 5 to 10 years, the technology will be in your pocket, and with a flick of a button, you can become a deep fake.
So what are we seeing right here?
So how are you basically trying to, how you can detect? Let's see that.
So this is a deep fake that was produced by some researchers in Denver.
Right.
Would you mind pointing out which is the real guy and which is the fake?
The original video is on the far left. The source of the new face to be inserted is in the middle, and the deep fake is on the right. The dark red line at the bottom indicates that we've detected it as a deep fake. One part of our high-level strategy is we believe we have to have several different techniques that analyze the video in different ways. So in this particular technique, we knew one source of the errors was right around the edge of the face that's been inserted. And we trained a neural net, giving it a number of real videos and then a number of these deep fake synthetic videos. And the neural net learned how to detect these little discrepancies around the border of the inserted face.
So just as computers are being taught to make deep fakes, you guys are teaching computers to detect them.
Right.
How do you guys see this playing out in the real world in the years to come?
We have a lot of work to do, but I think that just like when you upload something to Facebook now, it does a re-encoding of the whole video for Facebook. That process will include a check for deepfakes.
Do you think it's important?
Yes, I do. I'm concerned that some of the tools for making better and better deepfakes are being improved as we speak, and that some organization or person could make something that would fool us.
So this is a deep fake that was produced by some researcher.
Okay. So about
Is it easy to
it's not only the deep fake video which is creating a havoc, but also the deep fake audios are also there. So you can create a deep fake audio and you can call somebody with that. For example, somebody can imitate your the voice. It's like a mimicry artist. So AI can create a voice, you can record that and you can send it to somebody as a voice, this is a boss message. And it is very difficult to spot the real and difference between a real and
manipulate
so let's
people's
see that.
voices. It's actually quite difficult, and people are very good at picking this up. When it does fool people is when it's in a lot of noise. You create a noisy environment where you can't hear things very clearly, then it becomes difficult to tell that this is fake. And that's where you really need these automatic techniques that can learn to ignore the noise.
You're building this technology to detect deepfakes. How would you guys be able to detect this?
For anybody that's enrolled, by enrolled, we mean we've taught the machine what the person looks like and what they sound like. We use voice recognition combined with this face recognition, which these are. So in this case, it shows when the face recognizer thinks it knows who this is, Chris in this case, and it also shows when it thinks the voice.
This is one of your colleagues, Chris?
Yes.
His harness bells, okay, to ask if there's some mistake. The only others.
So it recognizes Chris's face, but it recognizes somebody else's voice. So it says, hey, there's an inconsistency here. So here, I show a little bit more about how we track the mouth to check to make sure that the motions of the mouth correspond to the words being spoken.
His woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised us to keep.
The line down at the bottom says there's a lot of problem with the lip sync over most of the video.
So what if there's a video, it's Chris's real voice, but it's just been cut up to make it look like he said something here they actually said previously?
Yeah, so there'd be a change in lip sync. There'd also be some pretty obvious artifacts that even if they aren't obvious to your ear, would be obvious in the audio. That it's not just a recording, it's a synthesis. One of the big things that I think differentiates what we're doing from a lot of others is rather than just focusing on a single modality, be it imagery or video or audio, we're looking at how those interact.
Is it easy to manipulate people's voices?
It's actually quite difficult, and people are very good at picking this up. When it does fool.
So as I said that there are many organizations who are basically deeply researching on this because it's at a very nascent stage to find out the loop, to find out basically how to deal with this, how to understand. So there are other academy also, other university in the Washington, Stanford University, all these universities along with the DERPA and the other university, they're also trying to understand or find out a technique, similarly using with the AI to understand a manipulative video or a deepfake video. Okay. So like this, for example, you can just place Obama space on Martin Luther and you can make, Obama or Martin Luther say something like that. So basically the entire thing is that, can you really trust your eyes and ears now? Which we see, seeing is believing, hearing is believing and all those things. And also we say that somebody can take a picture from a past and manipulate or can create a deep fake video of the past. That also is now coming into, for example, these are all deep fake. If you see here, they're showing a NASA, a video. This is also a deep fake. This is also a deep fake, if you can see that.
You're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
But sometimes what happens because of these deepfake videos, sometimes people will not have a trust on a real video. So this is what happened in certain cases. You can see.
Let me rewind to the last national election. And we had an audio recording of now President Trump saying some pretty awful things about women.
Grab them by the. Do anything.
If that happened today, they would have had plausible deniability to say, look, somebody could have just created this to harm our candidate weeks before the campaign. And that, I think, is really fascinating in some ways, because it's not just that we have to protect against the fakes, but we also have to protect against things that actually happened. And then how do we know that we can trust those things? And that's a very complex question.
You're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Let me rewind to the last national election. And we had an audio recording of now President Trump, saying some pretty awful things about women.
Grab them by the
Do anything. If that happened today, they would have had plausible deniability to say, look, somebody could have just created this to harm our candidate weeks before the campaign. And that, I think, is really fascinating in some ways, because it's not just that we have to protect against the fakes, but we also have to protect against things that actually happened. And then how do we know that we can trust those things? And that's a very complex question.
You're a star. They let you do it. You can do anything.
Let me rewind to the last national election. And
Okay. So something like this is basically is going to create a lot of issues, for example. Okay.
Imagine.
And see, this is something which I was telling you, right? So this was a news which I wanted to tell you. This is a deep fake video.
Compelling video like this produced on the eve of an election or a few days before a major public policy decision, with a culture that's already has already a.
This is not a deep fake video, but after the deep fake video was released, they came out with this statement from the Pentagon, which I'm showing you.
Kind of a built-in bias towards believing outrageous things, a media that is quick to promulgate it and spread it. And of course, the social media where you can't stop its spread. I believe that this is the next wave of attacks against America and Western democracies, is the ability to produce fake videos that can only be determined to be fake after extensive analytical analysis. And by then the election's over and millions of Americans have seen an image that they want to believe anyway because of their preconceived bias against that individual. Imagine a compelling video like this.
So this is how sometimes these deep fake video, by the time you analyze it is deep fake or not, or whether it is a real or deep fake, the damage is already done. So now the progress is toward finding out which is how to find a solution to immediately find out whether it is deep fake or not. So you'll see something.
Truth is under threat. The waters have been muddied and our leaders have helped.
Alternative facts.
Truth isn't truth.
What you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
Now throw deep fakes into the mix and it's true. Seeing may no longer be believing.
In terms of disrupting democratic elections, I think that threat is very real. From a national security perspective, this is something we should worry about. If we can't believe the videos, the audios, the image, the information that is gleaned from around the world, that is a serious national security risk. We have to get a handle on how to authenticate this media.
So I'm just going to go through this. So this is basically a very nice article, which I really liked and I wanted to discuss it with you, because we didn't have time for going through a session. So my next session, students, will be basically on AI and security. Okay. So how does, I will also try to give some cases where how a particular company deploy the security to their resources, to their company assets, basically the resource, the IT resources. And what is the role of a cybersecurity professional? What are the roles of AI along with the cybersecurity professional to come out with the solution to deal with problem? And for that, one very important fact is that every professional should have an idea about what are the threats which are new. Like even for, if you install an antivirus, it needs to be updated. Reason it need to be updated is because there are a new kind of threat which keeps on coming. Even the Microsoft security patches also is updated. It updates in the form of patches, where it try to identify the new threat and try to overcome that. So it is very essential for the cybersecurity, even for the AI or any people who are doing IT or any kind of courses, they need to be aware of what is happening and how to develop a solution, because you will not be doing something which is already happening, already done. So you will be dealing with this. So deep fake is something new. Do a research on this. If some of you are really interested, go ahead, do research, write a research paper. I'll help you in writing the research paper and publish it. The publication, your patent, your project is going to give you advantage again and again, I'm telling you. Okay. So this is something which I wanted to discuss today. So let me see what is in the chat. You had mentioned about AI in AWS SageMaker. Okay, yes, next time we will be touching upon this SageMaker, which is also a little something which I wanted to talk to you. And then I will also talk about AI in security, AI, AWS tools for cybersecurity professionals. IoT with Python students. Okay, for IoT, I've not conducted any session, right? Okay, what we'll do is for IoT also, we will have one session. And for IoT students, let us not, you people can do a particular project, which I will give you later. But I didn't know that you people have IoT. I will touch upon the IoT also once. And I'll also teach you the AWS tools on IoT. Okay. So let's wind up the session today. Every team has really done wonderful job. And I must appreciate the effort of all the trainers, the offline trainers and the centers, that they have very well explained the students and made them so confident, because it's not about knowing, it is about how confidently you are present. I was just looking at the confidence. I knew that you people know these kinds of steps, but the kind of confidence, especially those girls who were presenting, they were so confident. And because of their confidence, you can make out, the girl who was presenting to her presentation, I don't remember her name. All these girls were so confident in their body language was so confident. And this comes only when you have an expertise with you who can train you like that. So all the best, students. You have really done a wonderful job. Congratulations to all the trainers, all the centers. Wonderful job. But this is just a demo. Demo is not something which will be giving you an edge. Project is going to give you an edge. Start thinking on research papers. Start thinking on patent idea. Come out with some patent idea. I don't know which was a center which last time when I was doing a session, came out with such a nice project they have sent. I was really looking forward for them. It was on snake. I don't know which particular center it was. And they were, Karakala, something like that. And they were the people who basically wanted to come out. They said that this particular Karakala or some place in, Karnataka, which is infested with snakes. And they said that we want to develop a technology which can identify, or it's a technology which will be a mixture of the sensor which can detect the snake in the nearby, provinces, and will tell you through a particular app in your phone that there is a snake. And if the snake has bitten you, it can basically, app can tell you which is a nearby hospital and where the medicines you can get, and which is a nearby store where you can get and go ahead and do the first aid, this thing. But it didn't complete. I was looking forward for that, and I even spoke to the patent department in my university, asking. They said it's really a very unique project, and we can even go for a government fund for that. They were also looking for government fund. I don't know what happened to them after that. They didn't come back on that issue. So if you have a very unique student, just look around yourself and see if there is a particular problem which bothers you. Try to find a technological solution using the tool which you are learning. And that is also going to create a project for you. You never know that you're going to get a grant. There are a lot of grant available. I will take a session where I will tell you that so many grant is available from the government, just like that. Nobody knows about it. That these are the grant or these are the schemes from the government for any new idea. There are so many. There is an Atal Innovation Center which is launched by the central government long time back, where you can just take a free help of innovation lab and you can submit your idea. IBM, they do the contest. They hire people. Google, they do the context, idea launchpad and all those kinds of stuff. Okay, then see you next week. Hope you all do your project very well. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.